welcome back to Milton Mo Junction. I haven't published a video for a while, and in fact I haven't done a lot of work up here really. Most of the work I have done has been sort of superficial or pottering really, but I thought I'd just show you that I'm still here and what I have done. As you can see from the picture at the moment, I've moved the diesel depot over one track to the left as we're looking at it at the moment. There was a couple of reasons for that. One was, well, the first reason I put the depot on the old two tracks, the two tracks to the right, was to cover up the circular track or the continuous track that goes round through the back scene. But to be perfectly honest, from when I'm sitting at the controls, I can't see it anyway. I mean, you can see it a little bit at the moment, but it's quite covered up anyway. But I thought moving it over to this way gives a little bit more use to the available space. It means that the track that runs beside it is no sort of further away from the engine shed, but there was a couple of comments that it was a bit close. But at least when it's on the far side like it is at the moment, it doesn't sort of notice quite so much. And if I just take you along over here as well, it also means that I can turn the store, the depot as it were, around 90 degrees, so that it means that it brings the second door into place, and it makes it more, well, I mean, the second door was hidden really with the shade over the top, the roof over the top. That was hidden on the far side. You know, as far as it was concerned, it wasn't really there. But now I've turned it round, it gives a little bit more space in front of it where I can put some stores and bits and pieces that later on I can blend it into the concrete anyway. So I was always going to do that, but I need to do that. It's a bigger edge to it, as it were. But I think it looks better that way, and it gives, as I say, a bit more room in front to put some bits and pieces, stores, etc. The other thing that I've been up to is I've been putting Stay Alive in a couple of items. One I'll show you in a minute, but one was the 08 diesel, another was a little Ginty I've got, but I went to put it in this one because the class 15 was playing up a bit on points, and I thought it shouldn't really need a Stay Alive with the distance between the two bogies. It should not really have any problems. So I cleaned all the wheels, etc., and it still was playing up a little bit. So I took the case off to put a Stay Alive in it, but when I took the case off I realised what the problem was. There was a wire broken or had come unsoldered from one of the bogies, so it was only picking up on one set of bogies. So that was the problem. So I resoldered the wire and it works okay. I haven't fitted a Stay Alive in it, which is just as well because it's a different type of chip and I'm not sure how to do it on that chip. But I'll just show you over here what I have done. I've put a Stay Alive in this, the 08, and I've put a Stay Alive in the Ginty. And also what I've done in the Ginty, I've added crew. I'm not sure if you can see at the moment, but I've added crew in there. Quite pleased with that. What I will do, I'll come back in a second and I'll show you what the difference is with the Stay Alive on it, and I'm pretty pleased with them, but I'll come back in a second and show you. Right, I'm back, so I'll just show you what happens. So as you can see, the engine keeps going for quite a while after I've lifted it off. I did the same excuse me, I did the same for the Ginty. The only thing was with the the Class 08, I actually put in a very big capacitor. There was enough room inside it to put a 25 volt 4800, I think it was, farad. And I tried 1000 and it didn't seem to make a lot of difference. So I tried a 4800 and that seems to be okay. I couldn't get the same size in the Ginty, so I put a 3300 one in there, still a 25 volt. And again the same sort of thing happens. It lasts quite a while after I've stopped it. Just to give you a little demonstration. So that's well enough to go over points. If there is any little problem or a little bit of dirt on track. So I'm well pleased with that. The only one I'm having a little bit of trouble with, or having trouble with, is the Class 08. I can't get a 25 volt capacitor in it, and I think the chip needs it, although someone appears to have done one with a 15 volt, which you can get a super capacitor, which is a bit smaller at that voltage, but I'm not sure it works with the chip. So, and even then there's not a lot of room inside these to fit one, but we'll see. But anyway, that's the sort of thing I've been playing at. Something I forgot to mention, I've put real coal in the bunker as well, in the Ginty. It's only half full, so it's coming back to fill up. And I've also put all real coal in the area here. It's not all real coal, obviously, but what I did, I got a lump of coal, smashed it all up and made it roughly the right size. But I've layered that on the top of some plastic beads that I had. I laid the plastic beads out in there, glued those down, so as and then sprinkled the real coal on top, so as not to use up all the real coal. So, and that's all glued down. I'm quite pleased with that. It looks quite effective. I've got I can't remember whether I mentioned that before, a little coal shed, as it were, colliery agent, and I need to put a base on, weather that a bit more, and work that into the layout. And one further project I've been working on is a little modular layout, something completely different to what I've done before. I've extended and levelled a board under here, and that's all fixed and fitted. The end here will have some attachments on it, so I can put a module on the end of it without having to have any legs there. And I'll have a couple of legs on the other end of the module. The module I've built at the moment is that pretty much that width, which is about 1.5 feet, and it's 4.5 feet long. This end will act as a sort of fiddle yard for any stock that I have to go onto the modular layout, and the modular layout can be what you want it. I can change the modules and fit them onto there. At the moment, as you can see, I've got hold of a rebuilt Merchant Navy engine, which of steam engines, that's pretty much my favourite engine, British engine anyway. So I've managed to get hold of one of those. I've got a sound chip to put in it, be it TTS sound chip, but yeah, so I can work on that. And what I'm thinking of is a small module layout of a Southern Railways engine shed with some engines coming and going. But yeah, I mean, it can be what I want. I can change, as I said before, I can change the modules if I want to. It just gives me something else to do, and it's something I could take downstairs and do downstairs. The other possibility, of course, is to make a module that uses O-gauge, and it specialises in O-gauge steam. So I could use the Ginty that I've shown you earlier and perhaps another one or two smaller O gauge engines, and just make a small O gauge layout. Excuse me, perhaps a shunting layout of some sort. But it gives me the options. It just gives me something else to do, really. Yeah, so I could, if I keep to 00, I can have the fiddle yard in a fixed position, and always the modules always go onto the same fiddle yard, whichever it is. I can have some sort of ending where the board is here, going through an arch or something. I haven't really decided, but yeah, that's my idea. So that's about it. And also sort of still continually tidying. Not happy with all the bits laying around, never have been really. I've just watched Graham Fulson's video of his layout lakeside, and he's got some fantastic storage ideas. Can't do the same sort of thing in here because it's a different sort of layout. Mine's a loft layout, but it drives me mad, to be honest, and I must tidy some of this up. I keep doing little mini tidies, but it never really sort of clears it, and it's really annoying because I'm someone that's usually likes everything tidy and in its place, and it does really drive me mad, so I must get round to sorting something out on this. But anyway, I've rambling enough, so I'll close the video now. Thanks for watching, and any comments, please feel free to leave them. But it's mainly just to show you that I'm still around and still pottering away up here, although I have been having other things to do, non-railway related. So I'll leave it at that at the moment. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Bye.